loves arguing. It is National Tourette's Week here, everybody in North America, in England. I guess in England it is Tourette's Week. I didn't know it was. You looking it up?
Coincidentally?
Yeah, like it just happened to fall on. Then we'd know they can't do it that heavy because then we'd know it's fake. Like as fake as everything we know is at this point, that would be too on the nose, I believe.
Yeah.
For them to try to perpetuate. Of course, I am talking about John Davidson, Tourette's sufferer John Davidson, different than Jonathan Davis, not the same person.
Jonathan Davis?
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, sorry. What am I doing? That's boom ba boom ba ba da. Corn. Not
Corn. Oh,
the
okay.
First one was I gave more of a disturbed drowning pool thing, but I meant I was trying to give more of a. If I had the bagpipes right now, that would have been the perfect. But not Corn's Jonathan Davis says the N-word, which I don't even know if that would make the news.
How famous is Corn
Corn's pretty famous. He's more famous than this guy with Tourette's. I can tell you that much.
Sure, yeah, but it's not that he's famous. It's that
The movie about him.
Famous people like Michael B. Jordan is on stage. Like that's fame.
Yeah, but he's the second most famous person with that name. Jonathan Davis is the most famous person named Jonathan Davis. He's not named Jonathan B. Davis.
Yeah, but I guess my question is, if it happened with Corn, would they? You know when something is less famous is when they explain for a second what they are, you know? So like, for example, MF Doom is a rapper.
Yes.
Well, he's dead now, but he's a rapper. But I think if he was in a moment that was involved in the news, they would go, underground rapper, MF Doom. They would say rapper MF Doom, whereas Jay-Z, they would just say Jay-Z.
Yes.
Corn, will they just say Corn or will they say weird masked rock group Corn?
They don't. Corn does not wear masks.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's Slipknot.
Yeah. And in which case they would say, and if it was Slipknot, they would just say Corey Taylor because Corey Taylor is known for multiple things. So, but yes. Anyways, it was not Jonathan Davis having Tourette's, which would be way more fun.
Yeah.
But it would make sense that that's what like. You know, that makes sense as a Tourette's. You ever known any Tourette's people?
One of the singers of Hanson. Bop.
Nice.
Bop. Yeah, no, you never. There was a. Okay, I'm gonna go. Famous is a very strong word.
Okay.
But famous in the open mic community, Tourette's guy, Akshay, the chicken shawarma. You ever know him? He used to frequent the Groove Bar.
I remember the name, and I want to say I know what he looks like.
He's a brown guy.
Balding but long.
Yeah.
Okay, so a Stavros Helkias.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stavros hair.
Yeah.
Honestly, very nice guy.
Sure.
Absolutely, even without the Tourette's, insane or whatever. He also had OCD.
Did he pick Tourette's up? I don't remember him having Tourette's. I don't remember him that well to begin with. So like you're the expert on Akshay Sharma.
We were friendly. We were very friendly.
Yeah.
Groove Bar was one of my first consistent open mics.
I default
Akshay,
to you.
His Tourette's was more physical, and there were noises. But he's not going to say the N-word randomly.
Sure.
I don't think he swore at all. I don't know if I remember him swearing at all. But he would be talking to you, or while he was on stage, and then all of a sudden he would go,
Okay.
Turn his head. Sorry, you can't see him, but you turn your head sideways and make a noise.
Honestly, at an open mic, I don't even know if that would catch me. I guess is the problem. Like, there's so many wackadoo fucking things happening at any given open mic that I feel like you kind of just block them out a little bit.
I'll say this. His material was more noticeably bad than his Tourette's.
Yeah. So that makes sense. I had, when I went to the Humber School of the Performing Arts, or whatever, my first day at Clown College, at fucking Clown College,
Yep.
I'm in orientation.
Okay.
Welcome to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
there's
no.
not. There's some good Tourette's gold in there.
No. It'll sound better than you think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my first Tourette's person was a gentleman named Peter Shields that was at Humber who had and remember I'm at this clown class basically.
Sure.
It's comedy school, and the first day all class you hear. And
Yeah.
like in your head, you're like, I just paid money to go to a school where the humor is that this guy's making fart noises,
Sure.
whatever. And so it turns out he just does that. And that's his Tourette's. He makes these like farty fucking noises or whatever. And, but he also lied a lot in like weird ways. Like he was like, does Tourette's always come with, can you just be like a completely functional person with Tourette's?
See, the only people I've known, there must be. I think so. Isn't there an American comic? Yeah, Louis Santani is a New York comic. I think because he used to be on Opie and Anthony.
Okay.
And he had Tourette's, but if he talked, he seemed normal enough. I think.
Yeah, I just wonder. It's like you'd almost think you would develop something as a natural defense because it's almost more jarring.
Yeah.
If they're like otherwise perfect, like you don't want it to be like everything is nice and clear and whatever, and all of a sudden just whatever, like know what I mean? Like that's gonna fucking rile you up.
My question more is, and I don't know this, is Tourette. You know how stuttering is technically curable? It's just a lot of work and stuff, but you can get rid of it.
Okay.
Is Tourette's like what is it?
No, because if you have the one that he has, and there's a cure, you go through the work. Like you're not just letting that slip through.
Maybe it's like a trans person who won't get rid of their dick. They're like, it's just still part of me, even though.
Yeah, but that seems way more invasive than what I don't imagine to get rid of your stutter. They cut your dick off.
Well, the first question I get when I would type in is Tourette's, and I was going to write curable, but before I could get there, it said real. So
wow,
there's a belief that it's not real.
Oh, there are lots of black people right now who don't believe in Tourette's. Trust me, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of black people hypothesizing that is a conspiracy against them. Because you see Jamie Foxx's response.
No,
Jamie Foxx went in hard, and everyone was pretty quick to point out that he signed up to be in a movie that Quentin Tarantino cast himself saying the N-word like 5 times to him in. And it's like,
yeah.
It's like, I don't know, Jamie. It's like when there's a paycheck involved, you'll have the N-word screamed at you. You know what I mean?
Here's my question. Do you think the guy, John Davidson or whatever, do you think he's somewhat guilty if we find out, and I'm going to look this up after, if what you do in your Tourette's is based off at all what at the back of your mind you want to say?
So he has a rare like 5%, which is why there's a movie at the award show about him.
Yeah.
By the way, at first I thought it was the actor that played. Like I thought they cast a Tourette's guy to play a Tourette's guy, and I thought it was the actor that did it to whatever. And then when I found out it was just the dude, I'm like, well, he's even less used to being around black people. He's in England or whatever, Scotland, whatnot. So the actor, you would at least think has like,
yeah, he's acting. Yeah.
Well, control. Even if he's a Tourette's guy actor, you'd think he'd still be a little, at least more trained. And,
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's hard to be media trained if you have Tourette's.
Yeah. Like, do you think he would kind of push the N-word Tourette's ones aside?
Yeah.
In that particular thing. Yeah. And like, I understand it's uncomfortable for Michael B. Jordan and the other one. I have no idea who the other one is. He's in Sinners as well, I guess.
Well, he's also in Sinners, but he has a very extensive career. It's just one of those guys where I don't know his name.
Yeah.
If I heard it, I'd go, oh, yeah, I've heard that name before.
Yeah, it's like Linaudo or Lindo is his last name or something like that.
He's been in a lot.
Sinners was good, but again, I'll say like the same thing as Jamie Foxx is like, I mean, you did a movie about racist vampires. I don't know.
Yeah.
You did the racist vampire movie. It's kind of hard for me to feel like you actually are that affected by it.
So if you read a lot of comments on that movie, there's a debate whether the vampires were actually racist
Okay.
because they happen to be white
Sure.
and they happen to be vampires. And part of their mistrust of letting them in was the fact that they were white. But some people say if you actually watch the movie,
The black people are actually being racist.
I guess you could argue that. I mean, at that time, there's no arguing there are amongst black people that are very oppressed. So I
Sure.
could understand a reticence to
Yes,
allow white people in.
hesitancies.
But
Yes.
if you watch the movie, the argument is they're not actually racist because we don't want the vampires being pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They're just
vampires.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right in that. Yeah, they never really did anything particularly. Like, they just like blood. What would have been racist is if they came across the barn and went, ugh,
Yeah.
let's find some white blood. Like, I'm hungry, but I'm not that hungry. That
Yeah.
would have been racist vampires.
I would have loved for them to reference Freddy versus Jason, and while they're eating them, they go, "Ooh, my favorite dark meat."
Nice.
Yeah.
That was Peter from July Talk as one of the vampires. You know that?
From July Talk.
I forgot you don't know anything about music.
You said that before this podcast. I know things about music,
Okay.
just not rock music as much.
Yeah, just what was that type of Guyanese music called again?
Oh, I know everything about. Well, not everything. I know lots about hip hop, dance hall, soca. Guyanese. The one is chutney.
Chutney.
That's not just Guyanese. Trinidadians listen to it too.
Sure. But
Yeah.
you know, we discussed it.
Yeah. And I know a fair amount about R&B as well.
Some Luther Vandross,
Yeah.
a little Anita. We'll definitely get this party off right.
Like, you're probably not going to name an
What do
art.
I mean? I was expecting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Not a big singer.
What?
I'm not a big singer.
You're not a big singer?
No.
Yeah, you didn't strike me as you were gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, everybody when you're in your car by yourself, sure, once in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I am constantly fighting the urge to be the lead singer of a band that doesn't exist. I'm one of those people. I will be one of, if I ever get successful enough, I will be one of the ill-fated comedians that puts a song out, which is almost everybody.
Yeah.
Remember Dane Cook had a song?
He did.
Dane Cook had one.
Eddie
People forget
Murphy.
Schultz had a song
Did he?
with Jelly Roll during COVID. Yeah, Schultz did a country song with Jelly Roll.
And I know you like you know him, friends, whatever.
Yeah, he could do more for me.
And I don't dislike him at all. I'm gonna give a yuck to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I gave it a yuck to it at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's forgotten for a reason.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
with Dane Cooks. Eddie Murphy stands the test of time because Rick James did everything, like, and no offense to Jelly Roll,
Sure.
but you're not Rick James,
Sure, yeah, no one is.
Yeah.
My favorite has to be the Nikki Glaser one. That's a tribute to.
Oh, absolutely.
Bob Saget.
I mean, sometimes I reach to the sky. Don't hurt the people I love. Don't hurt anyone. But yeah, no, that's Nikki Glaser classic. Anyways, I wish Nikki Glaser had Tourette's in that. That would have been.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I make fun of her. I actually think she is a good comic. I know I'm sure
She's
some
perfectly
guys.
fine.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
a nice
yeah.
person too.
Yeah.
There's really kind of nothing wrong with Nikki Glaser. That's why
No.
she kind of skims through things. I mean, look, she makes some kooky decisions at times, but like moving back to St. Louis and trying to make that a whole thing, it's like, yeah, it's COVID. We got it. You're saving money. Like, I don't know. You didn't have to make that all. But anyways,
I think
she's
it's also hard to not become kooky. There's a level of fame that I think we cannot judge anyone for going crazy because I think it's very possible I would or you would.
fame or money, either or kind of
yeah.
put you in a situation of being disconnected. That's going to obviously lead to a little whatever, which is why these people at an award show can't, like, who would think that a room full of literal child predator monster vampires. Talk about, by the way, I mean, Sinners must have been such a hard movie for everyone to have to stomach, considering they're all child-eating vampires. But and also, it's the BAFTAs. Like, the only reason we even heard of this, like, we don't even know what the BAFTAs are until someone says the N-word. Like, this N-word is going to be the best thing to happen to the BAFTAs. And there are already people who say fag for cigarette.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, this shouldn't be that hard a pill for them to swallow.
I just read something, and I'm going to side with at least black people somewhat on this one. I don't think, I won't say I think the guy's a bad guy and he dislikes black people or whatever, but I think I just read that it is believed that in Tourette's you're having a forbidden impulse. This is the worst time to say this.
But it's whatever would be the worst thing.
Yeah.
So he has a rare type of Tourette's. That's like 5% of people that have Tourette's have this type of Tourette's. Okay. That it is, yes, absolutely. It's an intrusive thought disease that he has, essentially.
Right.
So if you were Chinese, it was Chink. I mean, he's not picking and choosing who he's yelling at. It's just literally when it comes out, whatever the worst possible thing that could come out is whatever.
Right.
So it's like, it's not that he there's no... It's just that's the worst thing to call him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's so what else were you gonna? Whoever was on stage at that time, if it was, you better believe it was slut or cunt. If it was some lady or fat pig or like, he's gonna let you know.
It'd be funny if he went with another word, and that more indicates how he looks at that person. So he sees Michael B. Jordan, and he says the gay slur.
Yeah, he's like closet homo. You're like, whoa, wait, hold on, what?
Let's look into this. He must know something.
Yeah. Reptile. Yeah. Is Tourette's like they live glasses? What's happening right now?
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Also, I mean, there's a good chance this is just Hollywood working a sequel.
Immediately I thought this could be a publicity thing. Like they go, "Hey, buddy, we got to get people to watch this."
I mean, this movie did well, right? I mean, they're willing to franchise things out. They can have the entire Tourette's universe. They'll have like an entire Justice League of. If they're going to put together a disabled Justice League, I'd say the Tourette's guy that said the N-word at the BAFTAs is like good Nick Fury.
Sure, yeah. I'll say this. The obvious is I had never heard of this Tourette's movie. There's a good chance I watch it.
See, now there's no chance I watch it because the real thing was way better. What could possibly be better? How many N-words can he drop in this film to get me to watch it now? Like,
if they're smart, they should like Kanye this and like post re-edit the movie and put this in.
Yeah. Do like
add one more
Snyder
track.
cut. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. And it's also, I just think that everyone's acting like, one, I mean, they're being mean to a fucking handicapped guy.
Yeah.
Ultimately, this is not this guy's fault. And like, any black people, stop. Like, it is just a word ultimately, and I understand that it comes from a bunch of years of oppression, but then for some reason you'll sing it, and that doesn't remind you of the bad times. It reminds you of the better times, and the good times at the better times. And I got the drink.
That one I kind of know.
Yeah, that's Chumbawamba, the tub thumping. You're being mean to a handicapped fella. One guy I saw suggest, he was like, well, if he has this condition, then he shouldn't be like in situations like that. It's like near black people? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Because there's only, walk that out for a second. He shouldn't be in situations like that. Well, if you mean near famous black people on TV, well, then who are you protecting? So it's okay, he's near regular poor black people on the bus? Like that, you don't have to, like, what do you mean? Just because he might say a bad word, you're going to lock him in a cellar? Like, what are you going to do? So, I think that maybe they're a little off the rocker on that, but
I think I don't disagree with their feelings somewhat, but this is circumstantial evidence. Like, he might have had that impulse because he's absolutely kind of a racist. Absolutely. But we have zero evidence.
Whether you're racist or you're not racist, the worst thing you can call a black person doesn't change. Like, if you're not racist, it's not like you're unfamiliar with the word. Like, you know the word exists, whether you hate them or not.
Oh,
So
no.
your
That's why I'm
impulse-
saying
the worst impulse. It like
it's circumstantial. That's what I'm saying.
because it's just like if he wasn't racist and he had Tourette's. Are you implying then that he should have went like monkey? Like, what would have been if he was less racist? It wouldn't have been N. It would have been something else. So what would it have been?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the downgraded version that would have made everybody okay with it? Like, it's the guy has Tourette's. He says Tourette's things. So
Yeah, I no, you're right, and I think the outrage would have been similar if he had yelled out like monkeys or something like that. Like,
I mean, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. What is the word? If he just said black, like we would have been all okay if he just went black.
yeah, yeah. Like, I do agree. This one just has to be let go. What I was trying to indicate is technically he could be a racist. We don't know, but
Yeah.
it's circumstantial evidence. We know he has Tourette's. He said a word, but people with Tourette's say that, so you have to go, can't prove it.
Yeah, but if you're to live your entire life, like that's when people are like, Jared is faking or trans people are faking and stuff. It's like, dude, like there used to be like I don't know what the fuck happened to Vita. I think Vita's maybe come up on the show before, but she was like a crazy lady.
Oh, I saw Vita yesterday.
Where did you see Vita?
Salto.
Doing stand up?
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I pray to God you were only at Salto to do stand up.
Yeah.
Not just enjoying a nice meal with.
I like the owners are very nice over there.
Sorry.
But
Yeah, you said it
it's not
before.
near my place, so I wouldn't just go there.
Yeah. So she did stand up.
Yeah, I know. I can't say as much as I'd like to say because I know a lot. Let's just say I know a lot about Vita because Vita stayed close to my girl's employer, and my girl works for Deb or whatever.
Got
And they're close. So I hear a lot about. I don't see her often, but I hear a lot about Vita. And yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say though, about Vita? Yeah, very interesting. Something going on there.
Yeah, well, have we never? Maybe we haven't talked about Vita before because I haven't like Vita. There's at least 2 or 3 viewers I should probably address. Vita used to do open mic comic. Never really. I'm not trying to disparage her comedy career.
Sure.
It's more about her mental health and appearance. She was obviously kind of an off her rocker person. Now, it was always disputed whether or not she was putting on an act or this was genuine. And now I would do Yuck Yuck's Tuesday night Yuck Yuck shows when Jack Norman was still the host. And Jack was a wild motherfucker.
Right.
I got put on Wednesdays. My last set before they bumped me to Wednesdays, and it didn't occur to me to what the connection was till like years later.
Yeah.
But Jack Norman brought me up to not to keep it an N-bomb related themed episode.
Yeah.
But he brought me up to 5 completely contextless whatever N-bombs. Then Rob Mayu, whatever, and I had to. And what I realized later was that was his sort of way of testing comics. Was he was like, I'm going to dive bomb the room as hard as possible and then see if you're able to dig out of it. And like, then you can go to Wednesdays type of thing. He not long after got fired by Yucks for bringing what I'll describe as too many trans prostitutes to the club.
Oh, really? Because I know him
yeah.
from Royal.
Yeah, no, that's...
And I wouldn't have suspected trans prostitutes.
So Jack was like supposed to be a big deal at one point. Jack was on the cover of Now magazine. Like he was really like kind of hot shit for a minute.
You can tell he's a good writer.
All that. And Jack Yaki could be very funny. And there was actually moments at the Royal where occasionally you'd watch him and you'd be like, you still have that fucking thing, man. Like you can still find it in there somewhere, and even in his fucking in those hands. God damn. So I don't know all the whatever with Jack, but Vita would come every week to the Tuesdays. and he would call her a crack whore and whatever, and she would fucking cry and like run out of the fucking club, and then next week she'd be right back, whatever. And everyone debated whether or not it was fake. One time she performed in a denim skirt, and her pussy was just fully out the entirety. And you know the Yuck stage is kind of high, so like it was very like you know what I mean? The visual to the people in the front would have been a very jarring angle of this woman's pussy. And she's not like, I don't know, she was not like overweight, but she was Eastern European in a way. Where she was like kind of hardy. Like almost like there was I don't know, like not like a bonedness. I want to make it clear that I'm not calling her fat in any way, but she's like has a
thick
Slavian thing or something about her, you know?
No, because at least I don't know what she looked like back then. Since I've known her as long as I've been doing comedy, I would never say ever fat. No. But I think she's got some winter surviving matter on her.
So she's broad.
Yeah.
So she's kind of broad. I don't know why this got way into the weeds. This was just literally about her pussy.
Anyway, you're saying you used to see her pussy.
That I think was only one. Like you know, things would happen and you would debate it, but then I would see her in public and on non-comedy times that I was like, oh, there's no way. Like I once watched her handing out resumes at the Eaton Center with just 2 full black eyes. Like shiners.
It's 100% real.
100%. Yeah. Like one time she was at Absolute and Absolute Comedy up at Young and Egg. Check out Absolute Comedy if you have to. If there's for some reason they passed a law where you have to go there or whatever, just do it. But anyways, I did. They had last weekend. They had Dane Baptiste at Absolute, and you can just pause out of this. I know you probably don't want to hurt yourself at any particular club. But I commented on. So they were advertising. I know Dane from England. Dane's a really funny comic.
Okay,
and so I commented on their advertisement. Holy shit! Absolute's doing something good. Because I just thought it'd be really funny to put them in that tough spot where they're like, we could probably use the positive comment about this show, but the overall negativity around the whatever. I just like creating a little Sophie's choice for the social media. But anyways, I hope Dane had a good weekend. But Rouse used to tell her that she could open for him anywhere he was in the world. Like if I'm in town, excuse me, I should correct that. He said, if I'm ever in town, you can open for me.
Okay.
She took that to mean she could go to a town he was going to be in, and that was the same as if you're in town. She started just sort of touring with Rouse, unbeknownst to him. She was gratefully stopped by TSA once at going to Phoenix to follow him on a tour I believe I booked. I think the Monsters of Comedy tour that I booked for Rouse back in the day with Sam Tripoli and Ari and the other one, Chris Neff. Boy, nothing happened to that guy. But she like tried to go to Phoenix. She did go to Vancouver for that. And then one time I was working with Rouse in Windsor, and me and Manolis, one of the best dudes in comedy, Manolis Antinos, standing outside of the club in Windsor, and we look down the street, and I'm like, that looks like a Windsor Vita. And it gets a little closer, and we're like, that is fucking Vita.
It's just Vita.
Vita had taken a bus down to Windsor because we were doing a show, and she just wanted to open. So she comes up, and she's like, hey, first she's like, can I get a spot?
Yeah.
I was like, obviously, you fucking took a Greyhound bus here. Like, you know I'm going to give you a spot now, you fucking lunatic. And, oh, by the way, Vita wasn't bad for a show.
No.
If you were doing like a showcasey open mic style show, she was crazy enough that it was like something.
Yeah. And she's not like saying anything offensive. She's not walking a crowd, nothing. She was just a weird act that sometimes if people watched long enough, they would start laughing like.
And like they used it the right way on Tuesdays at Yucks. Tuesdays at Yucks used to be booked. If there was 10 acts, it was like 3 freak shows that they knew were freak shows. 3 or 4 new people they don't really know, and then a few people that are like they're kind of getting ready to bump up, and like that used to be Tuesdays, and that was fucking perfect. They were really good shows because you had a mix of everything. So, anyways, and then Vita asked if she could stay with me, and I was in Windsor, so I was staying with my family. So absolutely not. And then she asked for a ride home, which I also put my foot down on that one and said no. And then she asked, "Is there any strip clubs in Windsor?" And which there are many. So I pointed her in the right direction, and she went off into the night. And that was the last we saw Vita on that particular occasion. So, no, Vita's legit. I've known Vita's legit crazy for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, I've also wondered about if it's more of a substance thing.
So the backstory I've put together best myself through everything is that because everyone said she was supposed to be a model. That's a backstory that I've heard over and over again. Now, what does that mean ultimately? How many people are models that are, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. I was told she was supposed to model. Her brother committed suicide or died of drugs or something.
Yeah.
And then that's when everything went down. The
crapshoot.
Come, my lady. Come, my lady. You're my sugar pie. Yeah. So, anyways, this episode dedicated to the memory of Vita, who's still alive and you saw yesterday. But
yes.
Vita, come on out. Catacombs Cabaret. Let's come down and see you. I haven't seen you. We have an open mic starting in an hour and a half. Anyways, so are we pretty much? I mean, I didn't like that it was. I don't like the indignation with to go back to the Tourette's thing quickly. That the BBC, a station named literally after Big Black Hawk, has the audacity to be offended that he would use the N-word.
Yeah. I'll be honest. That's the one part that I 100% agree with you. It's like BAFTA. I don't even know. I have no idea what it is. You'll have to tell me right now.
They're the like Oscars of England.
Oh, see?
Yeah. They're like the English Oscars.
I didn't even know it was English.
Yeah, they're the British Academy of Film and Television Awards.
I'll say this. This is 100%. Whether, let's say he's a racist and that's why he did it.
Okay.
You know? Let's say that. This is 100% a net positive for BAFTA and that movie. That's my belief.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about that. Isn't that positive for him? No one's hurt. It's good for Michael B. Jordan. Because at a certain point, as a black actor in Hollywood, you need the N-word streamed at you a certain amount. Does that make sense? To not reach an area we're uncomfortable with. And this used to just be for black actors. This almost goes for all actors in general now.
Yeah.
We're not okay with people being too famous anymore. Because now everybody's famous. Like, okay, you understand basketball pretty well, right? Not to make it about a different black thing, but there's a salary cap in basketball. Correct? And that salary cap sort of keeps it so that dynasties don't get created that sort of ruin the sport. And there's a level of parity that the shittiest team can kind of be the best team in 4 or 5 years if everything trends right and they whatever, right? That's how fame works now. We have a salary cap on fame. So if you start getting too big, something bad, like they're going to knock you down. So what you really want to happen is a family member is murdered.
Right.
A guy yells the N-word at you. Jamie Foxx, a temporary facial paralysis.
Yeah.
Right?
You need an act of God.
Yes.
To intervene before you get slapped down by...
That's exactly it.
Redditors.
Because now, Michael B. Jordan... I don't want to say, and only because I don't want to put the idea in his head. Okay, listen. This doesn't mean he should, but he can rape one girl now and be fine.
Get away with it?
Like, we will overlook one fairly strong accusation against Michael B. Jordan. Not the other guy. He's got to keep his dick in his pants. I don't know his last name still correctly. That guy's got to probably watch his P's and Q's. But Michael B. Jordan, because of this situation, 3 DUIs, 2 domestics, or one rape, and he's off free because this guy yelled the N-word at him at the BAFTAs.
I don't know if you could get away with a domestic, only because one of his co-workers, why do I call them co-workers? Co-stars in one of the Creed movies is on a domestic, isn't he? What's his name? He was in a Marvel movie for a short time. He played Kang the Conqueror and then they got him
Asian
out of
fella?
there. No, another
okay.
black guy. He played one of Adonis Creed's enemies. He was he related to Clubber Lang, or am I? I don't know why. I never got into the Creed movies as much.
I watched the first one and then I tapped out. There's only 2 so far, right?
No, there's 3, I think.
Is there 3? Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't. Once it was Ivan Drago's kid, I was like, well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of fucking. We're getting a little ridiculous now.
You're probably right. I will absolutely watch them. I'm not saying I didn't watch them because I'm not into. I love the Rocky franchise.
I could get around to it. I'm just not in a hurry to
Yeah,
watch the Ivan Drago kid.
The other guy's name is Delroy Lindo.
Lindo. Yeah, I said it. Lindo. Okay, I had it.
Yeah, you were
correct,
on.
so.
Yeah. I forget his name.
That guy could do something bad too. He's getting a little leeway, but Michael B. Jordan currently, I'm telling you, if they come out that he was smacking around his old lady, he could get 2 of them right now.
I will
he'd be
say,
all right.
to be fair, Delroy Lindo is actually an older dude. Mm-hmm. He's had the N-word said to him before.
Like, honestly.
And honestly, racistly, probably.
You know what I mean?
He's an old guy.
Like, doesn't it feel better to have the N-word screamed at you with a lot of money and a suit on? You know what I mean? Like, doesn't that take a little of the sting off? It's got to take a little of the sting off.
I just remembered something. Delroy Lindo was in a show or a movie, and this clip gets played online, and now it has to be played a lot, where he was playing a character and he's talking to an interviewer, and the guy says, although people try to sell it as it actually happened, like a real interview, but I think it's a show. Anyway, the interviewer says, I can't, say that word to you. And Delroy Lindo says, say it. And then he's like, no, I couldn't, and he's going to say it. If you want to say it, say it. And that's a real clip that exists online and gets played a lot. So it's a weird irony I just realized.
That is a weird irony. And now, yeah, say it.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's what happened? It was just he had say it stuck in his head over and over again?
You know what? Now I'm going to forgive him. Maybe he watched that Delroy Lindo clip a lot.
Delroy Lindo just dared him to do it the entire time. But yeah, the BBC are the probably most at fault in this entire situation. Again, the Big Black Hawk thing, but also that they did at one point, because, these things happen on a delay, right? So at one point in the broadcast, they censored Free Palestine, but they didn't censor the N-word, which I think tells you what the priorities are a little bit. And also that obviously Free Palestine was...
Every single day. I see racism against whites every day, every single day. Yet I'm a racist for pointing that out.
Adrian, what's your take?
Take on what?
What Chuck just said? Is racism just a one-way street?
I think that's his opinion. Look at your firm, Adrian. You get the benefit of no bid contracts because you're an African American.
I really
don't
thought he was
think
going to
that's
get to
him. Yeah,
No,
I have a.
No, that is him. Yeah. They get.
It's a different guy gets no bid contracts. I was like,
here.
Why is Adrian Lindo getting no bid contracts? It doesn't seem to make much sense.
Say what?
Say the word you want to say.
I'm not saying that I want to say it. I'm just saying that I can't.
Sure you can. Say it. Say it right now. I will say it with you. Okay.
And that was it. It was a show. It was called The Good Fight. Apparently, I've never seen it.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a clip of the actor that somebody said the N-word to on TV in his own show, telling a white guy to say it.
Yeah.
It's just a weird
There you
irony.
go. Yeah.
I will say in support of your Michael B. Jordan, this was good for him because it does something bad to him before the crowd turns on him. There was murmurs of turning on him.
I met Michael B. Jordan once, and he was absolutely obnoxious.
Oh yeah,
he was super young, and I was in a green room at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle.
Yeah.
Which is fucking It's a fine club, but the door to get on stage is a big, goofy castle door.
Yeah.
Which is just, that's not a good posture for coming on stage. I wish they could understand how silly that makes you feel. Like you got to pull this big gate away when you come out. Unless they had like the Royal Rumble at Madison Square Gardens, where they had the two guys would pull the door. It was, I think, the Hardy Boys had to pull the doors for all the wrestlers at the Royal Rumble. That was cool.
Yeah.
That would be fine if they had employed two people to do that. And they would have to not look like Michael B. Jordan for sure. But he was in the green room, and he just, in front of, I was still a fairly open mic comedian, and he had just a very obnoxious conversation with his agent on the phone in front of all of us as he had a career and we did not. So, yeah. Not that is a reason to have the N-word screamed at you by a very disabled person who didn't know they were doing it.
Yeah, you're just saying in line with their murmurs. I know the murmur I know is that you could see it. You always see it in the comments. You know, just like the Bert Kreischer stuff and stuff. It always starts
the word liar over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Alcoholic, pay attention to your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Is that there's a red carpet interview he does where the girl interviewing him, he remembers from like high school apparently, where she used to make fun of him. And instead of like just being like, oh, hey, yeah, this movie's good or whatever, she's like, oh, you're like the new heartthrob or whatever. He's like, that's not what you used to say though. And he like calls her out on it. And there was a time where that was seen as a funny clip of him, you know, being the cool guy now, and he showed her. And then in the comments, like recently, I started seeing it change.
There's not a successful man in the world that doesn't feel that way about somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't get that far. It also tells you, man, if you don't go to one of these fucking schools that all of these people go to, you don't have a chance, huh? That's not just some...
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan and this lady did not just go to some random school and both happened to be in a red carpet situation. They went to red carpet school together.
Sure.
Do you know that I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but do you know Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yeah.
Do you know that Immortal Technique was Lin-Manuel Miranda's high school bully?
Oh, really?
They went to the same art school, which does take a little of the sting out of Immortal Technique. I got to tell you, Dance with the Devil doesn't feel quite as hood when you know that he went to the same school as Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's funny.
But and they also went to the same school as MSNBC's Chris Hayes. And so the whole reason everyone knows this story is because when Chris Hayes was interviewing Lin-Manuel Miranda, he talked about how Immortal Technique was his high school bully. I guess Immortal Technique used to throw him into garbage every day, which is fucking awesome. Yeah. And I hate Lin-Manuel Miranda, and not for Hamilton. Hamilton is fine. I almost saw Hamilton, but Obama got in the way, which is also a weird story. Here we go. Is this the last episode for February? Here's our last Black History moment for the month. It was when Obama caused me to not see Hamilton. I had bought tickets to like early in it, like won the, like not lottery for free tickets, but like lottery to just pay for tickets.
Yeah.
And then that one is the one that Obama decided he was going to go see it. So they had to like, you know, like huge portion of the theater was just Obama's security and what, because he was the president at the time. And so I never saw it, but they did like perform a scene outside for us as they told us our tickets were no good and getting refunded. So I didn't like him for that. But then, have you ever seen Into Heights, his first successful one?
No.
It is the most obnoxious, fucking privileged, like complainy fucking movie or musical into a movie that ever. The whole thing is they live in Washington Heights, and it's like, if we could just be in Midtown, all of our dreams would come true. And it's like, you're a 25-minute express train from your dreams, you fucking losers. Live with your parents. Don't pay rent. That's crazy. You can live in New York rent-free if you just stay with these people in Washington Heights, which is a perfectly fine neighborhood. You just stay enough above Harlem, and it's actually it gets better for a bit.
My only real, like, knowing of Lin-Manuel Miranda, besides obviously Hamilton's famous, but I never seen it, is that he got put on an actual hip-hop song with I think it was Nas and I want to say Dave East. And the corniest part of the song. It's so corny.
You would
and it's a very
assume.
uplifting song. That's the point of the song.
Yeah.
But still, you have Nas and Dave East. It's very. Their parts are still pretty cool. Oh, his part. Woof.
Yeah. Nas is always going to be one of our eternal disagreements.
Yeah, I love.
I
him.
just have no truculence for Nas at all. So I love certain, but it's just it's so in the pantheon of hip hop overrated. It's crazy.
Oh wow, we're a whole other direction.
He's Carlin. He is hip hop Carlin. Where it's like, yes, there are a bunch of really good things in there, but there's so much fat and garbage that it's just, how could you ever be considered the greatest?
Yeah, I'm not as huge of a Carlin fan, but I grew to love him, and there's like jokes that I'll look at on YouTube. So it's not. Carlin is a little more MF Doomy to me, where I'm like, I don't know his career, but there's some good stuff.
George Carlin was sending fake George Carlins to perform all over North America for a while.
He put on a beard in his beard days.
Yeah. It is. Your love for Nas and MF Doom, which is very.
I don't love MF Doom as much.
Okay.
I like him.
Yeah.
But that's what I meant is like he's had songs that I liked, but I've never sat and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna listen to an MF Doom album.
Were you a hiphopdx.com guy?
Yeah, I used to watch.
Okay, that seems like that would be the whatever. Did you get put on the Brother Ali early because of that?
I mean, I guess I don't know what early is. I've known Brother Ali for like not as two white guys,
two Muslims, just a couple albinos.
No, his famous Forrest Whitaker song I listened to a long time ago. Yeah, and then I listened to some stuff after because it was good.
I feel like he was just one of those guys that like the hip hop DX top 5 or whatever would always be 4 names you knew and then a Brother Ali song. Sure. So
I actually on brand for this. I do have something funny to tell you.
Thank Christ.
Maybe you heard about it, maybe you didn't. But right now, Toronto has a bit of a story out there of racism because 2 teachers from a school called Cardinal McGuigan. Did you hear about this?
No.
No, they there was a post by the teachers part of IG or something like that. The teachers at Cardinal McGuigan had their own IG or something like that, or the school did. And one teacher posted something that was like a meme that suggested something racist or whatever. And then another teacher commented something racist on the meme. So you have 2 teachers being racist online.
But how racist are we talking? What's the meme? Is it Michael B. Jordan and she yells the N-word at him?
It was, I think the N-word was in the comment. And it was about,
Lord.
Yeah. I'm very surprised. It's literally the dumbest thing I've heard, just because even if they aren't racist, which I believe based on the context, I have to read more about it again. I have a bad memory. It is racist, but whatever. Even if it wasn't, it's you're a teacher. Stay off.
Yeah, but is this my belief about Kanye is Kanye did not hate the Jews. Kanye hated his deal. And what's the only, you can say 400 years of slavery sounds like a choice, but you're a black guy. They're not going to drop you from your record label. What's the only way to get dropped from your record label is attack the people who own your record label's people. And so, like, that's Kanye's version of Prince. He didn't make himself a signal. He made himself anti-Semitic. Is this their version? They have a good union. Like, if they did this on Instagram. Now, if they called a student that, there's grounds for dismissal where they probably don't receive a lot of compensation. But you drop an N-word on a social media, there's maybe a chance that union gets you a nice little payday and he moves over to, Cardinal McGlicken's instead.
So you'll find out in a second why I know a lot about some of the background of the story, but I'm reading on, this is on CP24.
You dated one of the teachers for 4 years?
No. There's 2 men. Well, I guess that, I'm not gay. It says basically they won't show the image because it's CP24, but there was an image posted that was on its own, they say racist already. And then one of the teachers responded, LMAO, because it's a racist image and he thought it was funny. Where are the chicken wings? And then he wrote, N-words are all the same.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Did he write N-words?
No.
Oh, okay.
He
all
wrote.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
And this was a guy I've known since I was 10.
Oh, wow.
One of the teachers. I haven't seen him since I was probably 19, but he was in my elementary school. One of the guys.
Like he was a teacher or a
no.
student?
He's my age. He was in my when I moved to North York. He was at the school I switched to, Saint Madeleine, which is in North York by VP.
Oh, it's a French school. He might have meant something different by it.
He's Armenian.
Okay.
And he,
Well,
but no,
people have
he's a
been
Canadian
genocided.
kid. He knows
Yeah.
what he meant. And then he left schools, but then he went to my high school, Brébeuf College, at Bayview and Steeles, and I knew. I'll say his name because it's on the David Dabiani. I knew him for my entire 4 years of high school. He's and he. When I saw his name, I'm like, I know you're not supposed to be happy at racism, but there's nothing. I'd never laughed
that's
harder in a long
fantastic.
time. Yeah,
I got last time I performed in Vancouver, I went to lunch with a childhood friend, Ryan Demers, who filled me in about 2 pedophiles from my childhood I didn't know about. One was Black Michael Carter. I played football with both of them. I played football with, which I think is. And I'm not saying like there's no evidence towards this yet, but like we don't know that CTE doesn't lead to that.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a chance. I'd like to think that I knocked during like an Oklahoma drill. I like knocked the desire for children into them. You know what I mean?
You'd like to think that?
Well, more so about my, acumen more so than my desire
I got
for
you.
the fuck
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Just that, like, maybe
You could.
I could have been that blow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I heard that Black Michael Carter in my like first week of football. He was black, so he was wide receiver, and I was a fat guy. And so I was on fat guy field, and he was on skinny black guy field.
Okay. Yeah.
And he broke his leg. He broke his femur on that field, and you could hear the femur snap on like another field. Like I'll never get over that sound. And then Brandon Capaldi, who I also played football with, he got caught in like a amateur YouTube pedophile sting.
Oh my god!
That they chased him around for like 30 minutes. Yeah,
like a Big J Okerson type.
Yeah. Not that Big J's been caught by, but like
No. He used to go on pedophile.
He's been on
stings?
1 or 2 pedophile
Yeah.
stings. Yeah, because you talked about it on the bonfire a lot.
Yeah.
So like one of those ones. Capaldi got caught. He tried to take his shirt off and hide in the bushes. He tried to whatever. It was a fun one. He was like one of the only guys in that crew who didn't move to Costa Rica. Weirdly enough, as the pedophile of the crew, you would have thought Costa Rica would have been a good choice for him, but they all moved down there. They were poker players.
Oh.
They were like, little key electronic poker players, and then still like Justin we met. Love you, brother. Good guy. But yeah, Capaldi. It was yeah.
Interesting.
So, that was a departure from what we were. What was the? Oh yeah, you saw the.
Yeah.
You
I was having a good laugh.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah. People you anecdotally know from your childhood being monsters is great.
Yeah.
Like nothing wrong with that. So
Still, the funniest thing about him is that he very clearly got a nose job in high school, and as far as I know, to this day,
male nose
still
job. Wow.
male nose. He had a big schnoz. He had a big.
yeah, but I think that's like I think he probably grew to regret that. Big
Probably.
old honkers, I think, are popular on fellas.
I think he grew to, women like it against their pussy. That's something I learned.
I also just think they assume you have a massive hog if you have a big nose.
Oh, that doesn't.
I think the hog to nose like thing.
Ratio?
I'm not saying it necessarily even works out that way, but I do think there's probably like a mental subliminal thing when you see a big nose that you're like, there's probably a big hog there.
Oh
too.
yeah, maybe just extended extremities in general.
Yeah, like the only reason we like boobs is because it's like naturally we're thinking of fertility and stuff.
Sure.
So I think the noses, they just, which is why Jews have big noses to trick them into thinking they have big dicks.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
They grew them over time,
and they also had to cut off a part.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he regretted it immediately because
Sure.
it was so obvious that
Yeah.
he got made fun of worse after about fixing the nose.
Sure, of course. Yeah, you don't fix anything about yourself in high school.
No, especially not in an all boys Catholic school.
Yeah.
It's a big mistake.
Yeah.
You just live into what you are, and yeah.
Yeah, old boys Catholic school. I didn't realize you went to an old boys Catholic school.
Yeah, Brébeuf College, Bayview and Steeles.
Yeah, that is.
Right by St. Joe's Hose.
Yeah, I know. Every city in North America has a school called St. Joe's.
Yeah,
and
we have
every
two.
one of them is called St. Joe's Hose.
Yeah.
And it's always accompanied by a series of statistics that can't possibly be true. Like we all have, like, we would be like, oh, there's like 25% more chlamydia at that school. And it's like, there's no chlamydia at our school. What are you talking about?
That stat does not exist.
Who's taking that statistic? Who is this perverted OBGYN that has tracks of what high schools girls' pussies are coming from?
Yeah. Well, but to be fair, they never said it about Loretto Abbey, which was the other all-girls Catholic school.
Loretto Abbey sounds slutty. That school sounds
I hope
slutty
not. That's
to
where
me.
my sister went.
Yeah,
I
that
hope
fucking whore.
Yeah.
Your sister made up 35% of the 25% extra chlamydia they had at that
She's a
school.
wonderful lady.
I'm sure she is.
To be fair, this is how bad of a brother I am. I'm
You don't know her
only
name?
No, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm only 50% sure she went to that school. I don't remember what school she went to.
Yeah, that is odd. That is a strange thing. I don't have any siblings that I went to school with, so it's pretty easy for me to keep.
Well, I didn't go to
track
school
of that.
with her. She was in an all-girl school. I was in a.
I just mean like I age bracket wise. I never had a
I see,
sibling
I
that
see.
was.
Yeah.
I don't have any real siblings. Well, I do. I just never met them. I might. I just never met them.
Right. Yeah.
But like blood wise, none of them. They're all whatever. So
Sure. Yeah.
So let me because we're probably where are we at?
Yeah, we're at. I got to look at the camera more. We're at 57 minutes.
Okay, so let me just do a quick little real estate
Sure.
corner before we go. I'd give it 21 days, and it is a good time to buy in Mexico. I would say
Yes.
this is the now I have Kennedy's. There are some connections to property in Mexico that we're hoping we just ask very nicely that the cartels keep away from the sort of Tulum-ish area. Port of what? Where are we?
Puerto Vallarta.
No, that
Oh.
one they can decimate. Yeah.
one's
Puerto
done.
Vallarta's gone. They can siege that. Where are we trying to make sure that the cartels don't touch? Playa del Carmen. So if we could just keep, the general, you know what I mean? And like, I don't think that any of those people had anything to do with killing El Mencho. But we do have to update. It was sad though. We had El Mencho got killed before we even knew who he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was taken before we had any rap songs. To best of my knowledge, Sean Penn has not met with him once. Are you familiar with that's how we caught El Chapo once?
Oh yeah.
With Sean Penn.
Yeah.
We
'cause
used Sean Penn as
we followed it, but he wasn't in on it, right?
Oh yeah.
He was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the CIA will do
Oh.
anything. Yeah, like this, Winds of Change was written by the fucking CIA. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, but I thought Sean Penn was very like, I like dictators and I hate America.
He like to a degree. See, this is like the thing. First of all, does anyone know what the fuck they believe at this point? Does anyone have a belief system anymore? Like we literally have people like siding with cartel members because they're like, well, it's Trump's fault somehow. Like it's nobody cares about anything. It's literally just how does this benefit my team? So
Yeah.
So no, I don't know if at the time it made sense that he was against El Chapo, then he was against El Chapo.
Yep.
Did you look it up?
No. I got a text that Psy is here.
Oh, good. That was. Well, I hope he gets kidnapped by Sean Penn soon. If we could possibly get that done. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun Mexico thing, right? Like that. You don't see a lot of that.
No.
See, Cedric Newman was there.
Yeah, my girl told me that.
Yeah. That's fun. Just random people. Luckily, Kennedy's family is not there at the moment. Because I don't even know how close is Puerto Vallarta to that shit. It's not that close, right? The other side of it.
Yeah.
So, I don't listen. It's all I said at the beginning of this year. If you go back to the first episode of this 2026, I said this is all going to look and get bad for a minute. All the borders are going to get funky. If you saw the Canadian, there's a music union passing around a thing now about how American acts can come here and not have to pay a visa.
Yeah.
But Canadian acts have to pay a visa to go there. And they're going to shut that fucking thing down. They're going to make it way harder to come here for Americans. They're going to make it way harder for us to go there. They're going to light Mexico on fire. And in 2 years, we're going to have a North American union, and that's how all this ends. Is we're going to be allowed to go to fucking wherever we want. We can go to Guadalajara and whatever. Okay, it seems like Side Kid is having trouble.
He's like outside in the church.
Yeah.
And-
Well, there's lots of cans to pick up out there. He'll be all right for a while. All right. Well, let's.
Oh, maybe he figured it out.
It sounds like he has GPS navigation going as he comes down the stairs. So, all right, well that's good enough. We pray for Mexico or whatever that the real estate continues to plummet.
Sure.